Have you ever asked yourself, why can't I just get it together? You make plans, set goals, promise yourself you'll change, but when it's time to act, something just stops you. You freeze, you scroll, you procrastinate, and before you know it, another day, another week, another year has passed. And what's the first thing you blame? Yourself. You say, I am lazy, but here's what I want you to hear clearly today. You are not lazy. That's not the real reason you're stuck. Not even close. See, the word lazy is easy to throw around. It feels like an explanation. But in reality, it's a label that hides the truth, because the truth is deeper, more complex, and more powerful. You're not lazy, you're overloaded, you're confused. You're carrying emotional weight that's draining your energy. You're battling with invisible thoughts that are blocking your momentum. Laziness isn't a character flaw. It's a symptom, a signal. And if you listen closely, it can lead you to something powerful. Welcome to Break Your Limits, where we go beyond shallow motivation and get to the root of what's really holding you back. Today's message is personal, raw, and transformational. If you've been feeling stuck, unmotivated, or like something inside you is sabotaging your potential, you're in the right place, because by the end of this, you won't just see your patterns differently. You'll understand them, and you'll know how to break free from them. Let me tell you a story. There was once a student, bright and full of ambition. Every morning, she would wake up and write out her goals, start a business, get in shape, read more, journal, eat better. The vision was clear. But day after day, the actions never matched. She'd end up watching videos about productivity instead of being productive. She'd clean her desk instead of writing. She'd plan the week instead of starting. And she hated herself for it. Every night, she'd go to bed with that crushing feeling. What is wrong with me? Until one day, she sat with her journal, and instead of writing what she should do, she wrote how she felt. And what came out shocked her. I'm scared. I don't know where to begin. I'm afraid of failing. I don't believe I'm good enough. That was the moment everything changed. She realized her inaction wasn't about laziness. It was about fear, about overwhelm, about a deep inner conflict between the person she wanted to become and the voice that kept telling her she'd never get there. And once she addressed that voice, things began to shift. That student is so many of us. We carry guilt over things we never fully understood. We call ourselves lazy because we don't know what else to call the feeling. But the truth is this: if you're here listening to this, searching for answers, it means you care. Lazy people don't seek growth. Lazy people don't beat themselves up over not doing enough. Lazy people don't make promises to change. You're not lazy, you're misaligned. Let's break this down even deeper. The first thing you need to understand is that action doesn't come from willpower, it comes from clarity. Most people don't take action because they don't know exactly what to do or why they're doing it. Vague goals like be more productive, get in shape, or start something don't activate the brain. They create mental fog. But when you get clear, crystal clear, on what you want, why it matters, and what the first step is, your mind begins to unlock energy. Clarity creates momentum. Second, your brain avoids pain by default. If the thing you're trying to do is associated with failure, judgment, or past trauma, your subconscious will block you from doing it, even if you logically want it. That's why some people forget to apply for the job they say they want, or skip the gym, even though they've been telling everyone they're committed. It's not laziness, it's emotional resistance. Your brain is trying to protect you. Third, many people are operating on outdated self-beliefs. Somewhere along the way, you picked up the idea that you weren't enough. Maybe it came from a teacher, a parent, a friend, or your own painful experience. And now that belief lives quietly inside you, influencing your choices without you even realizing it. You tell yourself, why bother? I'll just mess it up. Or it's too late for me anyway. That belief creates inaction. And then you label that inaction as laziness. But the root isn't lack of effort, it's lack of belief. So what do? You rewrite the story, you challenge the script, you stop blindly accepting the lies your inner critic has whispered to you for years. You begin by questioning what you've always taken as truth. You begin by shining light into the shadows. Start by asking yourself a powerful question. Not just what am I procrastinating on, or why can't I start, but something deeper. What task or goal am I avoiding, and what emotion is underneath that avoidance? Because most of the time, it's not the task that's the problem. It's the emotional meaning you've attached to it. It's not just about not going to the gym. It's the fear of looking foolish, of feeling out of place, of being reminded of past failures. It's not just about not starting that project. It's the pressure to be perfect, the fear that what you create won't be good enough, or that you'll be exposed as not having what it takes. It's not just about endlessly scrolling on your phone. It's the need to escape a silence that's too loud, to distract yourself and from thoughts you don't want to face, or to soothe the restlessness you can't name. You've trained yourself to avoid discomfort, and that's not weakness. That's a coping mechanism. But if you want to grow, you have to get honest with yourself. When you identify the emotion that lives underneath the delay, whether it's fear, shame, doubt, or grief, you pull it into the light. You give it a name. You stop letting it control you from the shadows. And that awareness alone begins to break the cycle. Because you don't fight resistance with more resistance. You don't force your way through it with guilt or shame or self-hate. You disarm it with understanding. You lean into it with compassion. That's how transformation begins. Once you understand that you're not lazy, you're just in survival mode, just emotionally blocked, just unsure of how to take the next step, you can stop blaming yourself and start supporting yourself. And once you do that, you can build a bridge from where you are to where you want to be. That bridge isn't built with perfection. It's built with micro actions. The smallest possible steps, the ones that feel almost too easy. Forget about giant leaps for a moment. Forget about overhauling your life in 1 week. Think smaller, more intentional, more sustainable. Because small steps, repeated with a consistency, do something powerful. They rewire your brain. They shift your identity. They build momentum and trust within yourself. If you want to build discipline, maybe you just start by making your bed every morning. Not because it's revolutionary, but because it signals to your brain, I follow through, I show up. If you want to start reading, don't aim for a chapter. Just read 1 page. If you want to be healthier, maybe you just drink water as soon as you wake up. If you want to write, don't force a perfect article. Just write 1 messy sentence. If you want to create content, don't wait for a flawless idea. Just press record and start speaking. These micro actions are how change begins. They're how identity shifts. And when you repeat them, they become habits. And those habits become character. And that character becomes destiny. But it all begins with something small, something simple, something that proves to yourself, I am not lazy, I am in motion. Now take that old belief you've been carrying, the one that says, I'm just lazy, and flip it upside down. Replace it with truth. Say out loud, I'm learning how to honor my energy. Or, I'm not avoiding life, I'm healing. Or even, I've been afraid, but I'm facing it now. Say it again and again, even if it feels fake at first. That's normal. You're not lying to yourself, you're reminding yourself of a truth that's been buried under years of self-doubt. The dreams in your heart were put there for a reason. They weren't random, they weren't a mistake. You are worthy of them. You are worthy of becoming someone who doesn't just fantasize about change, but lives it. Let this be the moment you draw the line in the sand. Let this be the moment you stop apologizing for the past and start building your future. Let this be the moment you say with boldness, I will no longer live by the limits that were given to me. I will rewrite my story. And you can start today. Right now. I want you to pick 1 belief you are releasing. Just 1. It might be the idea that you're lazy. It might be the guilt you've been silently carrying. It might be the shame around your failures. Whatever it is, type it out. Speak it, let it go, name it, break it, replace it. That's how the shift begins. And if this message woke something up in you, don't let it fade. Subscribe to this channel and commit to this work. Because here at Break Your Limits, we're not here for surface level hype. We're here for real transformation. for deep identity change, for honest, hard-earned breakthroughs. We're not here to motivate you for a moment. We're here to walk with you into momentum. You've been stuck because you've been trying to fight invisible battles without tools, without awareness, without support. But now you're equipped. You see the pattern, you've named the resistance, you've taken the first step, and that changes everything. You are not lazy, you are becoming. You are stepping forward, not because it's easy, but because you finally believe it's possible. And I believe in you. I believe in the fire you've been trying to hide. I believe in the strength that's been buried under fear. I believe in the version of you that's no longer waiting for permission, because you've just given it to yourself. This is your moment. This is your shift. This is your comeback.